Okay, so we start. Good afternoon, class. I hope you're all doing okay. We will begin with an important topic today, apart from knowing that you are doing okay, your families as well, and that is the ficha de seguimiento. Ficha de seguimiento is an important document that we were revising and getting approval on, and therefore we are uploading it this week for you to have it on Educandos and be able to complete it next week with your mentor teachers. The ficha de seguimiento looks like this. Yes, it's for this semester, you have data, your personal data from school, data, name of directors, then you have jefe de UTP. So all your teachers, your mentor teachers will be able to help you fill this information in. Then this is the university, your mentor teacher's data. And this is your timetable. Every one of you has a timetable. I have sent it to you. And also in the long document, in the complete document, and also separated, you have your timetables. So you complete it here. Let us say that by next Wednesday, when you meet your mentor teachers, you have to have this document finished. And we need to send them, check with Professor Karen, everything is completed. So this is an important this is important data that we need to write down. And also remember that this will be the basis for us to elaborate another questionnaire in some weeks when we will talk with our teachers again to gather more information, and probably with director or jefe de UTP, we will see the school principal or school jefe de UTP in order to gather more information about schools. So this is an important piece of information. Let us keep all of the emails in your files, and we will continue working on this information, elaborating on the information. So as you see, this will be an important task to accomplish this week. And it will introduce us to a future task that will be coming soon. So as I was saying, in week 6, we need to pay attention to the same documents we had before. Yes, portfolio, rubrics, also forum participation rubrics. But now a new document is important, in this case, ficha de seguimiento de proceso de práctica. You will send it via email to me for me to check everything is ready and complete. So I was mentioning here that the ficha de seguimiento de práctica needs to be completed this coming week. You need to contact mentor teachers, arrange an interview, and complete this file to the best of your abilities. Keep important contact data. Because you will need it. You will need that for another task. And so there will be a task in which we investigate more about the school background. And therefore, it is good for us to have this background data and contact data with the people that are important in each school. So, ficha de seguimiento. Do we all understand what we need to do? Do you have any question? Hello, everyone?
No, Miss. But we have to send you this in the next week.
Yes, the next week. Yes, so please complete it. during the coming week. Yes, by Wednesday, you need to have it. Yes, to have them and send them to me so that we check with Professor Karen whether they are complete or we need something else. Okay, so Wednesday will be the day in which you will be, you might have it complete by then, hopefully. If not, if your mentor teacher, something happens, you just let me know with that, yes? Okay. So pay attention to the timetable, as I was saying, pay attention to the timetable. We have a schedule that is really full, and therefore we need to pay attention to the timetable. Yes, to the timetable. So I wrote part of the word, timetable. Okay. So in regards the practicum, we also have the timetable. I have received your reports. So please keep on sending the reports with the activities of each week. So probably one in the pairs can send them to me. Yes. So Camila can send Camila's and Daniela's. You just organize yourselves. But the important thing is that we keep track of your activities each week. Then I will have to file them, upload them to a file, and create that file in OneDrive, because I have a problem with opening these Excel documents. But nevertheless, everything can be uploaded there and it is visible there. Okay, as I was saying, any reflections? One of my reflections is that we all need to organize our timetable better. Probably we are taking too long for activities, and that's also my reflection for activities in the practicum. But I know the importance of your activities and the support you're providing the schools and the teachers and the students who might not have probably any other opportunity to learn English. And in this situation, the situation is already a challenging situation for them to learn. So it's a great job. So we all need to keep on doing a great job. However, taking into account, we have other modules to comply with. So in general reflections. Who wants to share something important that will happen next week?
Profesora.
Yes.
¿Puede aceptar a Aileen, por favor? Me está hablando.
Okay. I didn't see her. Sorry, I didn't see her.
Profe, igual hace unos minutos, harto rato, que no está compartiendo, no sé si...
No.
Estaba en negro la pantalla.
Sorry. So I showed the ficha de seguimiento slide. Can you see?
Yes, miss.
Sí, profe, eso estaba bien, pero después de ahí no se vio nada más.
Oh, all right. I don't know what was the problem, but I was showing again the slide and the slide with the report. Can you see that?
Yes.
Practicum report. Yes. So I have problems in viewing Excel documents that you send me. So normally this computer, I need to upload them to OneDrive and I can see them there. So I will be able to, but it's good in a way because I will be able to file them, see, archivar. I will be able to file them there. So it's a good thing. Just also because of the memory, yes, the memory in the computer. Okay, so this is a good work that you're doing, keeping track of your activities each week. Okay, so we are all right. And then I was thinking of the reflection moment, and I was reflecting, and maybe we are devoting too much time to activities in the practicum, and I also sometimes give you long feedback. Just for us to bear in mind, we need to be mindful of the time. and we cannot take time of other modules to finish the practicum tasks. So we need to organize ourselves, mindfully, ¿sí? Tener conciencia de cómo nos organizamos. Okay, so who would like to start sharing some reflections, some special activity you're preparing for this coming week or the last week? Or so anyone who wants to start? I can hear you.
Miss, I write in the chat.
Okay. Genesis. Yes, Genesis, you can ask the question. Yes, please.
Okay, si a nosotras, por ejemplo, con Gisela se nos asignó séptimo básico para trabajar en la práctica. ¿Está bien que nosotras preparemos material para otros cursos donde la profesora trabaja? Es decir, se nos encomendó trabajar en realizar guías para primero a cuarto básico.
Sí,
y no sabemos si eso corresponde porque nosotros no trabajamos con primero a cuarto.
Yes.
Y tampoco sabemos cómo separar el tiempo para trabajar de primero a cuarto en las 4 horas que tenemos para hacerlo.
Yes, exactly. So that's a topic. Yes, this is a good moment to reflect because it might seem to all of us that sometimes we are asked to do activities that are outside our scope. ¿Sí? A scope es nuestro alcance. Yes. So sometimes, as a general reflection, we think we are given work that's out of our scope. ¿Sí? Se nos va de nuestro límite, de nuestro alcance. ¿Sí? And it is due to an excessive feeling of happiness or trust or confidence. I am not sure. And it's a positive feeling, but sometimes it can go to extremes and we cannot handle it. So a general reflection, but then we will go group by group, is that practicum work has gone out of scope. Se ha ido fuera del alcance, fuera de lo que nos toca hacer. Yes, has gone out of scope. Y eso es el scope. Out of scope. And this is due, I think, due to a good feeling in a way. It's based on good ideas. I don't think it's based on something evil. Yes, no es basado en algo malo, todo lo contrario. Está basado en un sentimiento de felicidad por tener este apoyo, pero a veces se les va de las manos también a los profesores guías. Es un exceso de confianza, de felicidad, lo cual por un lado está bien, pero por otro lado es demasiado. Entonces hay que lograr ese balance. So this going out of scope can be based on something positive, and that is that the teachers are really happy, feel your work is wonderful and it's a great support, but you can go to extremes, and it's easy, yes, to be driven towards extremes, and this is what we need to pay attention to. General feeling, or reflection. Is the practicum work has gone out of scope based on a feeling, a positive feeling of trust and confidence, and it's something good, yes, but we have to feel trust and confidence in what students can do, and you are able to do. So está un apoyo, está una confianza en la habilidad de ustedes para hacerlo, eso no lo dudamos, pero la sobreexigencia sobre el tiempo va a ser negativo para el trabajo. Entonces, we need to reorganize this. Okay, so I think it is positive. I try to see the positive side. I am happy. Teachers are happy with you, but on the other hand, I worry that they are demanding too much, going out of scope, and this will not end positively. Yes, the ending will not be good, and so we need to prevent that situation. And then each group. So how do you feel? So Genesis more or less expressed in her words. Do you want to try to say in Spanish or in English, or Liselda?
Miss, I would like to see this module like something beautiful. Sharing with the students, know a new teacher, but I don't want to feel that this is a great rock in my shoulders. You know.
Yes, of course.
Miss Catherine is she wants that we made a new work. I don't know if you see
Yes, that's
the
right.
group.
Yes.
And Genesis and me, we didn't understand.
No.
And also we think that it is a lot because we have like 4 hours to work in practice.
Yes, exactly. It's what we are discussing. Yes, exactly, Liselda. And you're having the opportunity of having a great experience, as you say, but you don't want to feel the burden, el peso, yes, del peso, la carga of extra and work, yes, extra work that is outside your scope. Yes, that is outside your responsibility. This is not your responsibility.
The last week we made the intervention like a summary for the evaluation, and it was amazing. And the children had a lot of energy. We made a question, and they was like call.
Yes, and they were very participative.
Yes, and they are very smart.
Yes, and you felt great. So as you see, sometimes you will feel like this. It's a contradictory feeling. Yes, and teaching is full of this. Sometimes you feel you're doing great. Oh yes, this goes wonderful. And sometimes you feel the burden. Why are they asking me to do this? This is not my job. Million times we will feel like this. Million times. So this is a part of the job. The part of the job in which we do so many things just demanded by the environment. We feel, oh, it's too much, it's a burden, it's overwhelming. ¿sí? A veces sentimos que nos supera porque nos piden más de lo que podemos hacer. And this is a feeling teachers commonly feel. So do not get stressed or anxious. This can happen along your professional lives as well. We had a short intervention, and the feeling was positive. So, Genesis, do you agree? The feeling was positive with the intervention?
Yes, Miss.
Yes.
I agree with that.
Yes, and the children were funny and participative, and they like Liselda and Genesis, so they're great in interventions. They like you very much. You're young, you're new to them, and so they are very, very motivated. And I think, yes, the children are great. They want to learn. They are respectful. They listen to each other. They want to participate, but that's normal. And I think it's a great group. And you can support this group much more, as Liselda, Genesis was saying. This is your scope. Este sí es su ámbito de trabajo. ¿sí? Este curso, this 7th grade with which you're working. Okay, excellent. So you have ambivalent feelings, and this is normal. Do not feel scared. Okay, any other would like to share? So this was a week in which students in different schools were revising for schools, for tests. So there was another group having a test. Wasn't there? Eileen, was your group having a test as well? I remember.
Sorry, teacher.
So was your group also having a test this week? Eileen and Alejandra. Was the group, Professor Frank, having a test and you were also working with that? I see so many things. Or Alejandra?
So this week we have an intervention with the teacher.
Yes.
And we do a summary of the content to the previous week. And for
and you prepare this presentation.
Yes, we prepare a PPT with a summary, and for the next week I don't know how to say repasar.
Review. So next week you need
review content. Contenido que ellos vieron anteriormente y que están un poco débiles, ahí nosotros tenemos que intervenir de nuevo para que no vayan quedando atrás, porque ellos tienen clases solamente una vez a la semana y son poquitos niños.
Yes, exactly. So it's a great opportunity also because they have very few students. So it's a great opportunity for them, for Eileen and Alejandra to intervene and really do a lot with the children. And so this is a good setting, different from the others. Each setting is different, but that's also the richness of this. So next week,
yes, it's
previous content, yes, previous content and support students. Yes, excellent. So that's what you're doing, and this is a great support for the teachers. Okay, another group? Araceli? And Javiera?
We work in planning of class for 6th grade. We teach in the expression can and cannot, can't. We also create material like guías.
Yes, worksheets. Yes, we create worksheets, materials or worksheets. Yes, worksheets or worksheets.
Yes.
For the students.
It is a good experience for the future when we have the planning.
Yes, when you have to plan for the future, it's excellent for the future. And moreover, understanding that we had to adapt to a new situation because in this school, English was stopped for little children, with whom Araceli and Javiera were working at the beginning. So again, as we said, not every situation, the situation of the practicum will not be linear. So we will have some roundabouts and because this teacher had to adapt the work for the girls on the basis that things had changed. And this is something that we also need to learn to adapt to, and it's the changes that that might happen when we are working. So this is great. Yes, and some changes of pace and changing one activity going to the next immediately with no time to rest almost. And so this is the work of a teacher. So you're learning to do it. Excellent. And then we have Barbara and Javiera. Are you there?
And Lucas.
Lucas, yes.
This week we have not a class, but we work in our presentation. But I don't know. The last week, teacher Matia said to us that we should we must
We had to.
we will must make cargo, hacernos cargo, and make.
You needed to organize a unit, was it?
Yes, and but maybe we
Okay.
good this week are lost, and they have not the exam for close the unit 1. So
Yeah.
maybe we the teacher Matthias change the planning of the year, scholar year, and I don't know, I don't write to teacher, but we work in the unit 2 with the standard priorizados con la
Yes,
la priorización curricular. Yes, and we think in activities of the last year that we can make in this moment, and but we need feedback about our presentation.
Yes.
But everything is okay. I think I don't know what thinking Lucas or Javiera.
Yes, Javiera, of unit 2. So you started planning unit 2, and of course on Tuesday we can revise your materials and the test, and we plan to start of unit 2. So they will be teaching unit 2. And because of these interventions or classes that you might start preparing, is that we need to discuss another document. Yes, so we have lots of documents presentation today. Okay, Javiera, any other thing? So everything is smooth, it's going smoothly. They had a free week just because of some rest that they needed, something very necessary. Virtual education can be tiring and sometimes it's overwhelming. And therefore, yes, you need to adapt to that, to those decisions as well. So great. On Tuesday, we will catch up with that activity, the activities you're preparing. On the other hand, we still have Daniela and, this is not moving. Okay, Daniela and Camila. Last but not least.
This week was good. Yes. The Thursday we have a class.
Yes.
That we only observe, but in a moment the teacher don't have a good connection, so he left for a moment. And with Daniela tuvimos que hacer un poco la clase.
Very good.
Yes. And this week the teacher talked about new topic, the body parts. So the Wednesday we make a activity or a guide for or guía for
worksheet.
For the next week.
Remember, like guía worksheet. Yes.
Worksheet for the next week.
Oh, excellent. So we will check on Tuesday as well your worksheet, and we will explain that now. You will every one of you will let me know. I do not know on Tuesday I have another class at the same time, but I can share sometimes that I have another computer or something else on my phone just to see even 2 interventions at the same time if that is necessary. Yes, so do not worry, we will organize in that way. So when the teacher disconnected, you overtook the class. That's excellent, and that can happen any moment. So imagine a teacher is, so imagine this will happen a lot, yes? As a pre-service and in-service teacher, someone is sick and you're there, your students are in physical education and you need to go and cover up for another teacher. And that happened to all of us. Yeah, so I was a teacher of English, my students were in physical education, so they called me to substitute a third grade teacher in math. And I didn't know anything about math. So the children had to teach me what they were doing in math. Imagine the situation, it was nice. The kids were great, but I couldn't understand these fractions that they were doing. It was very difficult for me, but they explained to me, yes? So it's a great situation and that will happen to you all the time. And you have to wear your teacher's uniform and go there and face reality, whatever it comes. And sometimes, of course, most of the times it's a good experience. So you have to be ready for that. Yes, and that can happen in face-to-face classes a lot. So great, I'm proud of you. You could solve the problem, overtake this class and finish the class. So great, congratulations. So Tuesday we start the round again. I will write to teachers with all these recommendations, this general reflection that we cannot go out of scope. We cannot use periods of time of the schedule that you have dedicated to other subjects and other modules. And so therefore, go back to track with the work that you're doing. But it's great. I think it has been a great experience with ups and downs, but that's normal. Do not worry. This is absolutely normal in life. So you might feel better some days than others. In relationship to this, we will go into the modules evaluations, and I think I will move this up. Modules evaluations here. I need you to pay attention to a document I finished translating. So every document in Practicum is in Spanish. And so it takes a lot of time to translate. And sometimes we are making some changes. So in the original, in Spanish, and then I have to translate. This one is in Spanish, yes, and I repeat again, the ficha de seguimiento. We need to finish this week. Try to contact your teachers Monday afternoon, write an email and agree on some minutes when you can finish this interview, short interview to complete the ficha. This is in Spanish, okay? So this is the original one. And modules evaluations. And this is a topic that we need to pay attention to. We are in the third part, 1/3 part of the semester. Estamos en un tercio del semestre. We know that our evaluations come when they come, but we need to be preparing for evaluations. And the best way to do that is to do little by little. And if you check the lesson plan and you have in colors when the evaluations appear, you will see that by now we should be preparing for 3 events, for 3 main events. And this is the fourth. Este es el cuarto evento para el cual nos estamos preparando. Okay? And this is it. The practical observation done by me, yes, based on your performance in the classes. And for that, there is an evaluative guideline. It's a guideline, no es una rúbrica. It is more like a checklist, more like guidelines to give you some kind of grade, yes, some kind of appreciation according to your development of the intervention or the class that you do. This document will also be uploaded to Educandos. evaluative guidelines, yes, for observation and virtual tutoring. And then there will be another one that this is the last document I have to translate. This pink one is for the mentor teacher. And that one will be filled in at the end of the semester in June. Both evaluation guidelines are due by the end of June, but you will be receiving my feedback along the semester. So from now that you're participating more in the classes until June. And in June, it will be the roundup grade. Okay, so this is something, going back to the presentation. So I decided to make a presentation including all of the modules evaluations for us to reflect again that we are working towards a goal, say, an objective. And we need to be consistent in that work. The first thing is to analyze this document, which will be uploaded on Educandos. And I have it here, the evaluation guideline, and for you to have it in mind. So what are the teachers going to observe when I participate, when I intervene, when I have my class? And therefore, now you have been practicing every now and then, that's okay. But now that you have this updated document, you will be able to reflect on what you did according to these requirements and also what you're going to do in the future. So we will have different evaluation criteria. For example, your ethical development and demeanor is your behavior, es comportamiento, but it's not in the sense of behavior, pero conducta, más bien la conducta ética. So we have to get to the classroom, the virtual classroom on time, show initiative, effort, enthusiasm, and all of this you have already, but reflect. Now you have the words, you reflect. You have a lot of initiative, and I know that the teachers give you a lot of work and you're enthusiastic, even outside the classroom and even outside your scope. Sí, aún fuera de lo que nos toca, somos entusiastas. So yes, but let us come back to reality. And you are enthusiastic, you are all of this, but focus. Now you need to focus and know that this is important. And of course, we do not react the same way in every day. Yes, we are human beings, but for you to bear in mind. Then you interact with different actors respectfully. And of course, you do that. Class planning. So plans appropriate curricular design. So remember that everything that you design, you create should be appropriate to the curriculum, the level of students, yes, the age, their needs, their cognitive levels. So the feedback that you receive is around these topics, yes, that you design, you think, you plan according to all of these areas, taking into account these areas. Then you organize your proposal in clear sequence, yes, a progression of learning, yes, and skills and attitudes. Remember that also in the bases curriculares, la priorización, you also include attitudes towards learning from the students. You have your teaching materials. All of these you have fulfilled so far, and you have them ready. And also you show relevance in the activities planned for students according to their achievement level. Remember to what the students can do, their level of proficiency. Okay, yes, Liselda.
Miss, it is individual.
Yes, individual. No, but you will be individual, but you will be observed. So I will observe 2 students at the same time, but your grade, each one will have a grade. Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yes, we need to grade you individually, but you're working in groups. Yes, this is a group work. Each one will receive an individual grade. Inevitably, we need that. Yes, necesitamos esta nota individual, pero el trabajo es grupal. Classroom management, of course, this was taught originally with the mind of a face-to-face class, but nevertheless, you also have points to observe whenever working virtually. Yes, so you use how you give your instructions, you involve the students, how you pay attention to their differences, those that participate, that don't participate, those that get distracted, all of this. So you can see this as well in virtual classes. With children, this is very evident. How you motivate the students, yes, with their opinions, previous knowledge. Remember, you're always starting with something they know, yes, and go to something new. The tone of voice, body language, they're looking at you, so your body language, your appearance, all of that is important. Then also a positive environment. Remember, we were talking about environments. And even if it is virtual, you create this environment, yes? You're not confrontative, you're not threatening them with something, with grades or something like that. Remember, you also have to take into account, as we do, that students have poor connection, that they might not hear you. Profesor, se escucha como robot. We listen to the students. Okay, all of these things, we also need to be sympathetic to students. Also monitor schoolwork, yes, so that everyone participates, egalitarian, yeah, be egalitarian. You use techniques that are appropriate, you give clear instructions. Both face-to-face and virtual classes, you need to all the time mention them, call their names in cases they're distracted, and keep them all on board. And then the methodology. Always remember what we're doing according to methodology. Good that you have gone back to revise your previous activities. You have plenty of activities you can adapt, reuse from last year in these new classes, paying attention to what you want them to learn, yes, and creating a good learning environment. Why this is the capital now? Okay, here. And then you evaluate them in a precise way. Some of you are already planning short events of evaluation in your plans. And then you give feedback. Remember that many teachers have expressed that they receive materials and they correct them and then they give them back in the following week. And then, okay, you have a total and you have your grades. Yes, and observation feedback, I will write here something I wanted to pay attention to, or everything that was all good. Yes, of course, positive things and things that need improvement, room for improvement. Okay, so this is a good a document that will be uploaded. It's a new document. I wanted to present it to you, read it, reflect on it, bear it in mind in everything you do in the classroom. Then another evaluative event, the participation in the forum. And since I saw you a little bit, there was loose, we were a little bit out of focus, let us say, no estábamos focalizando. Now we are going to focus on the forum participation. And so this is an important instance for you to continue practicing the language, contact with your students, with your classmates, give them feedback, even suggestions, opinions. And so everything is positive from participating in the forum, and gives me also opportunity to keep track with your development, yes? And the first forum was about your group work related to this visual display that you created according to the critical period. So we will do an exercise today. You will do it in groups. I have the criteria here for the revised rubrics. Yes, and so you have the evaluation criteria and the description of the highest level. So you have a quality of reflexive description, and here is the description of what you are expected to produce. So you will produce clear propositions, you will focus on ideas and experiences, but also you focus on the theoretical support. Yes, theoretical support of what you say, of the referring to a topic we're dealing with. In this case, it's the critical period. So you will write a combination, and we will see a format, sentence frames that can help us. You will see that you will be combining theoretical knowledge, yes, what we have learned about the topic, and also a combination of your experiences in the practicum. And always being respectful, showing respect your opinion, but also supporting the opinion of your classmate, yes? So you need to respect what the other things, even if it is different. And according to writing work, always pay attention to coherence and cohesion and the number of words required. So it's something simple, but we need time to dedicate writing. Yes, and we're writing to 2 classmates. Yes, we did the same last year, but now we will be a little bit more demanding. I will show you. So now we will have 5 minutes to go to the restroom, but I will show you sentence frames. And so the sentence frames is a very good technique you can use with your students of different ages to help them in writing and gather ideas, and it's a kind of guided writing activity you can do with different ages and levels, and therefore it can also be done at your level. So this is the forum comment example. Can you all see? Can you see the forum?
Yes, Miss.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so we have, first of all, conceptual knowledge. So you're talking about the topic. In this case, it's a critical period, and then it will be about mistakes or about other topics that we have along the semester. And so you have here the frames. These son los marcos that I can use to write about any topic, really. So you're posting about critical period or whatever, yes, reading and writing for beginner levels, whatever topic demonstrates your knowledge about something, your knowledge of conceptual knowledge about methodology, approaches, English learning and teaching, and how these ideas will influence and benefit your students, children in different ages, beginner level students, elementary school students, whomever are the audience, let us say, the audience of this writing. You clearly explain, so you're talking positively of what your classmate has talked, that is clear, and how this knowledge is useful for teachers or beginner students. Okay, so that's probably beginner students, or it can be elementary school, or I don't know, young adolescents, those that work with middle school, 7th, 8th grade. It can be different here, mainly in elementary schools. According to your posting, we should pay attention to, so you highlight something that your classmates have said or pointed out, and something else. So we are talking everything positive, finding everything that is positive about this post. Then you will refer to your experiences in the practicum. So responses include experiences from the practicum, which are the main idea, which are the main ideas. So you decide, well, I'm going to share about some main ideas, not everything, but something. So my practicum experience has taught me that, In relationship with the critical period, students need to be more exposed to the English language. I don't know, whatever, I am just making up. But just for you to focus, what have you learned from the practicum experience? I can relate this topic or proposition to something that has happened to you, some experience. This topic is related to an event that occurred in the practicum. Just now we had this situation in which this happened, okay, and it's related to the topic. I would like to share my experiences related to blah, blah, blah. We complete that. So do you think is it possible to write following these frames? Is it easier? Is it easier to write in this way? ¿Es más fácil la escritura así?
Yes. For
Yes.
me,
It's more guided, yes. And you're capable of writing with these frames or no. It is easier. We will do the exercise today so that you start thinking about this feedback that you need to give for the first forum. So next week we will have the first comments done. In my opinion, the explanation you offered about, so we express thoughts of cordiality, of kindness. Yes, the opinions of others are important. So about the critical period is quite detailed and comprehensive according to the relevance the topic has for teaching English as a foreign language. I agree with you. So you always try to find a way to find coincidence, yes, with your classmates and be respectful. I respect your point of view. I agree with you. About teaching English, yes, I could add, podría agregar, that would be something different, but you respect what your classmate has said. Okay, so do we all agree we can do this one example in groups? Okay, my question is, before dividing in groups, in the forum, do you all have your visual display? I have two groups, two pairs who participated. So we still need more people uploading here. So what we will do, it will be open the post by Liselda, is this one. So they will present their infographic. Yes, and then you will discuss in the group and write a review, a posting for Liselda. Is that clear? Clear, people?
Miss, yes, it is clear. But I remember that yesterday Javiera Labraña was looking for the forum of the other module,
No.
Yes.
investigation.
Eliselda, would you like to present your infographic first? Would you
Yes,
like to present it?
I will look for
If you
it.
have it, okay. If you have it, you can share. She will present the infographic, and then the other one is by Javiera. Is that you?
Yes, Miss. Me and Barbara.
And Barbara. Javiera and Barbara. And you will present your display. Es una presentación, una muestra. Puede ser distintos nombres, puede ser póster también. And you, and then your classmates will elaborate these comments to your exposition, to your display. Yes, in communicative language teacher. The color. I like the colors. Yes, so Javiera, Genesis, it's your time. What did you write about? briefly.
Genesis, you first.
Okay, the critical period. We begin explaining what is the critical period, and we define it such as that critical period, also called the sensitive period, is a phase during which the brain cell connections are more plastic and receptive to acquire new information. And also in this period is easier to learn quickly. A new language is claimed to be between birth and the age of 6.
Yes, so whenever you learn a new language, for example, more successfully, con más éxito. Okay, main characteristics.
The main characteristic is that this period is not just a level of synaptic transmission. It is it has to seem with the structural changes with a resulting closure of the critical period.
Structural, yes, structural changes in your brain or ability to learn in different ways. Yes, it's much
the
more.
language acquisition is much more difficult and ultimately less successful
after the period, after the critical period.
Yes.
Finally, we understood that the children have the ability to learn a new language faster than adults, but the adults are quickly to learn about about grammar.
Yes, they learn more accurately or with a more systematic way. It's a different way to learn. Yes, exactly. It's not that you don't learn as an adult. Yeah, so it's not the opposite, but you learn in a different way. Excellent, yes. And children take a little bit longer to systematize the knowledge, to know about grammatical rules, for example, whereas adults can learn that easily. Okay, excellent, excellent, girls. And then,
thank you.
Great. I like the colors, so I love colors, and so that's why.
I like too.
Yes, everything. So I try to be colorful. Yes, so that's the system. If you need to do your presentations, Outlook 365 has this option to create PowerPoints that in which you receive help for design. So that's great. Es grandioso tener una ayuda para el diseño de las PPTs. So that's great. Great, girls. I like it very much.
So I will stop sharing to give the place to Javiera.
Yes, please.
Javiera
or Barbara?
I'm here.
Sammy, you can share, or can you share, or
Me?
maybe me, I can do.
You can.
Do you have the task now? I need to.
Or maybe
I can share the screen because I'm in Educandus, at Educandus.
Okay.
Would like to?
Okay. Thank you, Gigi.
Yes. Okay. That's quickly. Thank you. Okay.
You can start. Oh, yes.
Okay. So the critical period is a period in which the child is more receptive in a sensory way to stimulate the environment. This it's happened. You can tell, Barbara, or me?
No.
Me? Okay. So it's happened This is developed from the age of 1 to 8 years. And at this age stage, the children begin to develop language skills. It is one of the most important learning during this stage, since through the critical period, the child can develop one of the most important language skills.
The aspect to consider is the stimulation in infancy are so important for language acquisition, because the linguistic stimulation in childhood influences their life, and the stimulus is generated by the environment. The adult must be created a quality environment. The language-rich environment have the correct use of the language, use of different words, encourage the use of new words, communicative their ideas, songs, and readings.
Yes.
And in the extreme case of Jenny is the a girl that we know the last year, or maybe two years ago. The last week.
2 weeks ago, you knew about
Yeah,
Ginny. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ginny was 13 years old, a girl who spent most of her childhood locked in a dormitory, isolated and abused for more than a decade. Jenny's case was one of the first to test the critical period theory. When tested on her mental abilities, she scored about the same as 1 year old child.
Yes, because she didn't receive the input of language. Yes. Parents and surroundings, she didn't go to school. And so that's why it is so important to have this environment, not only at home, but also supported with schools, so that children are surrounded by language, just because it's a way of learning quickly. And everything they learn, yes, their brains are so plastic that they can learn everything, really, that surrounds them. Yes, excellent, girls. Excellent. We will divide in groups. You have these two infographics, posters for everyone to see, and you could work on. And the good idea would be that you finish later if you didn't finish, and I will upload also your examples, so that we can share with everyone in the group our examples on how to write these comments. Okay, who would like to share? Javiera, would you like to share? Even if it is not complete, we can discuss together.
Me?
Yes.
We are in the same group. Barbara, can you share?
Yes.
Share. The same group. Yes, Javiera, the two Javieras and Barbara. Okay.
We read this part, and the second part is incomplete, but it's a little
easy
stuff. Yes.
It's not difficult.
No. So the conceptual knowledge about knowledge about the so I will read.
Yes.
Your posting about critical period demonstrate your knowledge about a period where the person acquires a mother language, and how these areas will influence and benefit the language skills. You clearly explain your ideas and opinion through communication, and how this knowledge is useful for teachers of beginner students, mainly in elementary schools.
Yes.
In the second, we put Javiera. You want maybe Javiera? Okay.
Javiera, no, me. According to your posting, we should pay attention to the relevant information about the characteristic about critical period and the characteristic about the environment for develop the language.
For developing, environment for
Yes.
developing. Remember that after the preposition we have ing, yes. For developing the language when children are 1 to 6 years old, we can complete. Excellent. So 1 to 6 years old. Does anyone have anything to share about the practicum? Any experience with the practicum? Did you get to that part, Griselda? So we can. Okay, perfect. So we have an example, and then you will complete this, and I will upload to Campus. Okay, Griselda, can you read your example?
Arita,
You read, please.
póngale. Yeah, okay. My practical experience has taught me that we have to stimulate the students to learning or for learning. It could be for learning. I can relate this topic preposition to help at the other practical teachers. And this topic is related to an event that occurred in the practicum interactions.
Yes, okay, excellent. So, yes, so we have to stimulate and help other teachers. Excellent. So, and you can tell the story, for example, or something that happened in the practicum that is related to the topic. So, excellent. These are excellent examples. As you can see, with this help, with the sentence frames, it is easier to develop your ideas and just think of the most important content that you want to fill in. And the rest is already there. So I will wait for you to send me these examples, and I will upload them to week 6 on Educandos. And now I will explain one more element of evaluation. So as you see, we have a lot of documents to upload and lots of evaluations to explain about. So this was the modules, the participation in the forum. And with these examples, you will have a lot of possibilities to reproduce, or to create new comments to new posts. So I think it's a good option for you to have in mind. The following evaluation element we need to pay attention to is a portfolio. Remember that the portfolio, again, is something you do in progress. I have seen some of your tasks uploaded. Task number 1 uploaded. I will keep on giving you feedback. And there is some news about this. So the portfolio task is something you need to do in progress. You cannot sit down the night before to finish. And therefore, in there, you can see, I can see your progress, how much you have learned, and how you reflect about your learning. So you have 3 tasks up to the moment. Yes, the communicative language teaching, the critical period, and elaborating on the critical period is results this infographic or poster, but you need to finish some tasks before, some sections of the task. And finally, the last one, how to engage and motivate students. So my question is if you have been able to finish them. If not, you still have time, but sit down to work, organize your time, and please upload task 1 and 3. There is a space, a task to upload for a feedback. But there is some news, and which I thought it could be useful since last year. It was very hectic to read all of the portfolios in December. So I thought of creating a task for midterm, that's around week 9, for you to upload your portfolios as completed as they are at that moment and get extra credits to account for the completion of the final version in July. So that will help me know, okay, Javiera has this complete after May, and therefore it will be easier for me to check in July and give you the complete grade. So it's mandatory. However, if you cannot complete it for May, yes, for midterm, it is okay. Nevertheless, it's not mandatory, but it will be the best way to keep on track. So it's good for you to keep organized. ¿Sí? Entonces, si tenemos esta instancia de midterm, yo sé que tengo este objetivo a corto plazo para terminar las tareas y recibo extra credit, me voy a motivar, ¿verdad? Esto viene del conductismo, behaviorism. Y luego ya para julio ya tengo eso hecho. Tengo que verlo como un trabajo en progreso. But we have to learn to work into stages. Yes, so this is good. It will be good if you finish by mid-May, the first part of the portfolio. So I will let you know. We start today with paying attention to this. I will let you know next week and the following week, because this will be for week 9, para la semana 9, más o menos. Okay, another evaluation, the project. Again, it's group work. Remember, you're really working a lot in groups. Even sections of the portfolio are done in groups, so really it's easier to work this way. And this is a reflective video. The reflective video means that you will create these videos. There is a whole document with instructions and a document with a task, a kind of task for you to have guidance. And in these videos, 10% each video, one video now in May and one video will be due in June. And this is a video which you comment experiences and main lessons learned during the practicum. So in general, we will see the general document. You will read the document now in groups. Tell me if you don't understand anything, so we explain again. But in general, you have instructions to prepare. You have many instructions on how to deal with the camera, the cell phone, how long it should be. And the most important thing is that you need to create a script. This will be something important. Therefore, I created a task. A script is un guión. So you organize your experiences in writing first, receive feedback, and then you practice to record the video. Remember, this is in English, so it creates another extra demand, but nothing is impossible. You can do it. It shouldn't be too long. It's divided into 2 or 3 people working together. So it's not that you're alone talking for 5 minutes. You divide the time with your classmate. Okay, so there are some pieces of advice. Yes, some special considerations, as for example, which are the main topics, these ideas, these experiences you will share. You write the script. Yes, you select the scenery where you're going to record it. Practice. What else? Revise and proof the video. The noises. Be careful with the noises. You know how to edit videos, yes, and that the video has every section. So the document I will share with you now has all the instructions on how to follow all of the, this document has the instructions you need to follow. It is in English, you will read it, you will have time to read it, tell me if you don't understand anything, and then the task. So this is the instructions. These are the instructions. These are technical instructions. so that we can see your body, yes, your head, from the waist upwards, yes. But I think the most important thing you will need to concentrate now is on creating the script. And that means the content that you want to transmit. You will include, you will include the title, and this is the most important part of the video. You will expose about the practicum context, the school grade, the school surroundings, or this way, school surroundings. Explain about the main activities that you have developed, as a couple, or a trio, in the case of Barbara, Lucas, and Javiera. You also need to refer to situations that have called your attention during the practicum, or in the practicum setting, or the school, or the work of the mentor teachers, and refer to your main reflections about the learning process along the time. Then you greet again and you say goodbye. And that would be more or less the main areas you need to cover. And for this reason, you're writing your script. Yes, para eso escriben el guión, para focalizarse qué va a decir cada una y cómo organizan cada uno estos temas, estas secciones dentro del video. Okay, then you produce your videos. Of course, you know how to do that. There are certain programs suggested here. Of course, you know many more. With Araceli, we learned about KineMaster, I think. So it's up to you. It's up to you. But the content is the important thing, that you practice, that you're not reading. You have been reading so far, and it's good. It's okay. It's one level. But now, so that you show more independence in what you say, and you sound more natural. Okay. So do you have any question to ask about this other task? You have weeks to finish. You have weeks. So this is the presentation. This will be your task. So let me show you the task. So this will be the task. So we don't have task 4, but you have to organize the script. Anything? Javiera, are you okay?
Yes, Miss. I understand.
Okay, so the reflective video. So the important thing here is that you check that you start with your script, and you can have feedback. Okay, I need to open the. Okay, I need to share the. It doesn't share. Okay, doesn't allow me to share. So this is the script. This is the script task. Yes. So we will have. So you will have this another document uploaded to Educandos, the explanation of the evaluative task. Here is the video preparation. So you create a script. So you are at this level. You include, so this will be ready for the week of 14th of May. I will let you know. I think it's one more week, but I need to check because we don't have classes 2 Fridays in a row in May. So we have to be careful. So I think our last class in May is the 14th, exactly. So the 14th of May, videos have to be uploaded to a forum I will create. Yes, and I will be able to give you feedback there. Okay, so you have a script. You have to create a script so far. Include the aspects, all of the sections of the video, and then coordinate who is going to say which section, yes? You include a title, a cover page. Yes, the cover page says Unit 1, Community Language Teaching, Project, Reflective Video in Pairs, First Video. Yes, your names, University of Talca, the logo. Yes, that would be the first. That's the cover page. Then you greet the audience. Hello, good morning. My name is Javiera Garcia. I will talk about my practicum, something like that, very short, and some greeting. Then you explain about the context. My school is called blah, 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 and it's located in such a place. My school grade is blah, blah. I'm working with professor, and I am supporting first grade, second grade, sixth grade, and so on and so forth. So there in writing, you will be able to organize your ideas, because if you try to speak on the spot, we know that's a little bit difficult. We all need something to rely on, some support. And you follow this, and then the farewell. So this is very short. It's only a guidance, a guide from the other document, so that you can have clear in mind what to pay attention to when you write your script.
Okay, Miss.
Okay, questions that you have about this other element? So, important thing is, so this will be you, very professional, with your professional cameras. I don't even have this, such a thing. But anyway, this is very professional. But anyway, you need to try to get someone who can help you also record your part, or you can also do it by means of Zoom. So in that case, the camera is there fixed. So tell me if you have any questions about this task.
No, Miss.
No question at all. Okay, so before we finish, I want to know if you have any questions about the last document that is on motivation and engagement of students. So you have a task in which you have to check several websites and answer questions, and finally create an activity. So we can check this next class. Yes, I will receive your scripts. Can you finish? So let us finish everything we have behind. ¿Sí? Terminemos las cosas que tenemos atrasadas y luego comenzaremos con un nuevo tema. Do we agree on this? And remember, you completing your portfolios. Yes, all the portfolio, all the tasks. Tasks 1, 2, and 3 need to be included in the portfolio. And remember, every work we discuss on the following class. Okay, so we will write now the agreements, but I need your reflections. So do you have any question that you need to share, or something you learned, or something you want to know more about? I listen to you. Do you have anything?
We reflected about the critical period.
Yes, we reflected about the critical period, presented your displays. Yes. And some question you have? Or anything else? We learn to. What did we practice doing? That you will be doing quickly now, this evening. We learn to, in groups, you practiced. ¿Qué practicaron en grupo?
We practice grammar, maybe.
No, writing. more. No,
Yes,
it's
The
writing.
forum,
Writing.
the comment
Forum.
of the forum.
Yes, exactly. Forum comments. Yes, and then you have a pattern there to follow, and this is very important. Plus, we learned about lots, so reflected about evaluation tasks that we need to be responsible for, about evaluation tasks we need to be responsible for. Yes, and begin completing. Yes. If there are no more questions, let us write the focus on the agreements. So check tasks documents on Educandos. All of the tasks are on Educandos. Complete past task and upload them. Yes, task 1 and 3. Remember, task 2 is the infographic or the poster. Yes, complete the poster, complete the visual display, display for comments to the forum. Complete the visual and share it to the forum. So this is task 2 for to the forum. Comment to classmates forum postings. Forum postings. Okay. Check other important documents. So you have lots of important documents. Each one will have a folder with a title. So you have a lots of important documents to check this evening. Please be ready about what we have already done. Be ready to discuss about creating, how to create a learning environment. That's task 3. So it should be much done by next class, because we need just to close this topic. Yes, and motivation. Start preparing your the pairs. What is it? The pairs reflect video script. To upload. Anyway, I will create so start writing, deciding 5 minutes is no longer than that. And remember, you will be able to receive feedback as well, upload for feedback. Pay attention to practicum work as usual every time the week starts. I will pay attention to the topics we were discussing with the scope, the excessive tasks. I will deal with that. But you are always attentive to beginning the conversations with your mentor teachers at the beginning of the week. Script to upload for feedback. So next class, we will revise each of the evaluative tasks again and see your progress. So I need to see progress. Some things need to be finished so you can continue with the next. Pay attention just to the practicum and complete a schedule each week. So I think you have a lot of work. Each week we need to see some progress. So I am here, please, miss, check my script. I need to see progress. So every week we will revise. How have you advanced in this? How are you advancing in the script? How are you preparing this video? Remember, you have, I think you have 4 weeks, so you have plenty of time, but do not wait to the end. No, for the videos, you have 1, 2, 3, 3 more, no, 1, 2, 3. Yes, 3 more weeks, 3 weeks. And the videos are due. And then we don't have classes in 2 more Fridays. So we need to be ready with that. So any questions that I can answer, that you need me to answer? Any questions?
Miss, no questions.
If not, if you need any help, just contact me, you know. And thank you for attending. Have a great weekend, and following week. And I hope you follow this PPT again to check every step of the way to complete everything. So we need to start paying attention to evaluative events. Okay, so you will have all of the information you need on Educantos. Okay, girls, if you don't have any question, that's all right. We have finished for today. Okay, Barbara, are you okay? That looks nice. Looks great. And so, girls.
Thank you, Miss.
Okay, any
Thank you, Miss.
questions?
No,
You're welcome.
no, by my side.
Okay, so I am finished. So hope to see you. And girls, we have meetings in sometimes coming. Liselda, please think of my proposal and I will text you for a meeting next week. Let us
Okay,
finish with the
Miss.
concept. Okay. So big kiss and we keep in touch, girls. See you. Bye-bye.
Take
Bye,
care.
Miss.
Bye.
See
Bye-bye.
you.
See you.
Miss.